Welcome to Madrid Reviews. This is your host, Christian Madrid, and on today's video, I'm going to talk about my most anticipated films for the rest of 2025. Let's get to this now, yo. Alright, y'all, let's get into this. So, these are the 10 movies that I'm most excited to see for the rest of this year. A few honorable mentions I want to share before I get to my list. Weapons. We're excited for that. Trailer looks fire. Together, another body horror film. Maybe it's this year's Substance. We'll see. Highest to Low, Spike Lee, Denzel collab. Can't go wrong with that. Jurassic World Rebirth I'm actually going to go see that tomorrow, so we'll see how that is. Nobody 2, the surprise action hit of a couple years ago. Looking forward to see how to do that. And The Running Man. I've never seen the original still. I'm going to watch that before this new remake comes out in November, but Glenn Powell, great actor. I can't wait to see what to do with it. All right, now let's get into my top 10 now. So at number 10, Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro. He did a phenomenal job with his version of Pinocchio. So I'm even more excited to see Frankenstein because that movie is fucking stellar. So sign me up. At number 9, I got Avatar, Fire and Ash. There's a reason why the first two films are two of the highest grossing films ever made because they are fucking good. Are they the greatest movies ever made? No, but they are great movies. So I think they're going to follow up with Fire and Ash being a phenomenal film too. The Way of Water was just fucking epic. So I think Fire and Ash is going to go ham. Once again, sign me up. At number 8, I got The Smashing Machine. The Rock is finally, doing serious work. He's doing a serious role for once. So you know what? I'm so excited to see, how this comes about. And, I always root for The Rock. I think his work is better in WWE. But nonetheless, he's still come out with some entertaining films. He kind of plays the same person. But this one, it looks like a different kind of role for The Rock. Him portraying Mark Kerr. So I'm excited to see, how this performance and how this movie as a whole turns out. So sign me up. At number 7, I got Fantastic Four, The First Steps. I'm really excited about this film. I actually like the 2005 version of Fantastic Four. It's a little guilty pleasure movie of mine, childhood movie of mine. And this one, it's got a great cast. Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, Vanessa Kirby. So I'm excited to see what they do with this Fantastic Four. Hopefully it's good because the MCU needs a hit, but it looks good. I'm excited for it. Sign me up. At number 6, I got Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. I love these Knives Out films. I love the first one very much, and I love the second one, Glass Onion. So I'm excited for this one as well. And as always, Daniel Craig is returning with a stellar cast behind him. So I'm excited to see what the mystery is in this one. So sign me up. At number 5, I got Caught Stealing. This is the new film by Darren Aronofsky, and it stars Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz. I like Darren Aronofsky's last film, The Whale. Brendan Fraser gave one of his best performance ever, and I'm excited to see what Darren Aronofsky does with this Caught Stealing. It seems like a very different type of film than The Whale, so I'm excited to see what he does with this. So sign me up. At number 4, I got Edgerton. This is Ari Aster's new film about the pandemic. It's with Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone. It seems like he's gonna kind of, stray away from, his horror, roots. Beau is Afraid, wasn't like very horror, but it was very weird. Very weird, very different, very disturbing, I would say. But it wasn't like super horror. It wasn't like Hereditary or Midsommar. So this film, Edgerton, seems different from those 3 other films. So I'm really excited to see what he does and the social commentary that comes with the pandemic, how they decide to tackle it. So I'm excited to see, this film. Sign me up. At number 3, I got Superman. This is going to be, this should be the summer hit, of the year. It's got everything over. It's a Superman film directed by James Gunn. I like the guy who they cast as Superman, David Cronenberg, I think that's how you pronounce his name. But I'm excited to see it. The trailer looks stellar. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Sign me up. At number 2, I got Baguina. The trailer just dropped about a week ago. Yorgos Lanthimos. He's probably, him and Christopher Nolan are my 2 favorite directors working today. And, Yorgos Lanthimos, the Greek Freak, I'll see anything he comes out with. His last couple films have been tremendous, Kinds of Kindness and Poor Things, so I'm excited to see what he does with this film. Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, sign me up. And at number 1, my most anticipated film for the rest of the year is One Battle After Another. Paul Thomas Anderson is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time, and he's coming out with his first film in 4 years since Licorice Pizza, which I enjoyed. It's not one of my favorites by him, but it was a great movie. And this is his first collaboration collaboration with Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's also got Sean Penn and Regina Hall and Benicio del Toro. And the trailer, it had me hooked. It seems like a very different kind of film than Paul Thomas Anderson is known for directing. These kind of like mellow, slow, character-driven dramas. This seems really opposite. This seems like there's some action in this movie, so I'm excited to see how he approaches this kind of movie. And Leonardo DiCaprio, Paul Thomas Anderson, sign me up. All right, y'all. So that is the end of the video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Which of these films are you most excited to see, or do you have another film that you're really excited to see in 2025? Drop it in the comments below what your most anticipated film of 2025 is. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and alert so no one I drop a new review. Appreciate you all for watching. See you on the next one. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, whatever time you're watching. Thank you so much for taking the time. Have a very busy day to watch me talk about movies. Thank you. Bye bye.